on today's episode of Barbershop Conversation.
Yo, did you watch her joint?
Nah, I seen it, but them jokers start calling me to do work.
She don't make no damn sense.
I don't make no sense.
What you were saying didn't make no sense.
You should make me feel appreciated.
Appreciated for what? What are you doing?
For being his lady.
You skipping the big
You
question.
want to get okay? I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but
Exactly.
You
Why are
take
you
care of
making
the
it a
big
bad
things,
thing? I mean, yeah. I shouldn't have to tell him anything. That's the problem.
so you do have to tell him.
No, you don't.
I'm
You shouldn't have
asking
to
you.
no, you shouldn't have to tell a man anything.
Do
That's
you
the
have to
problem.
tell your man stuff?
Yes.
What do you have to tell him?
Babe, I need to get my hair done. I need to get my nails done.
You throw you $100? Go ahead, go get your nails done, kid.
Exactly, but
And
I
you do-
shouldn't have to
All right, but do you
ask.
be happy?
No, because I had to ask.
Oh, so
Kind of
give him the money
annoying.
back then. It sounds really unappreciative and
I was
ungrateful.
unappreciative and
Because at the end of the day, even if you feel like you shouldn't have to ask, he still did. You should appreciate that guy, and he's a good guy. It's my nigga.
Oh, matter of fact, they
that a
did
woman
see
shouldn't have
that
to ask
before.
the man for anything makes me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
No.
When you was like,
Right.
when he do it, and he was like, you appreciative for it? She was like, but I shouldn't have to ask.
I
Yeah,
shouldn't have to
Yeah,
ask.
oh, yeah. I
That
did
makes
see
sense?
that.
It does make
I'm
sense.
asking him, not you. Do it make sense?
What?
What she said? A
I
lot
can't
to the
believe that
table.
y'all think
Something's
something is
wrong.
wrong with that.
No.
What kind of men are y'all?
No.
Where I-
She,
the era
oh
where I
God.
come from, a woman never had to ask. From a childhood up to my at least late
No.
20s, 30s.
No.
You don't have to
No.
ask for
When I
anything.
she said
A
when I
man
said
takes
she
care
said
of
she
things.
said she said.
Period.
But
But y'all don't live
It
together.
doesn't matter.
Nah.
We don't live together then.
Nah, it's not.
When?
How is it something wrong? Y'all cheap as hell. Y'all some stingy dudes. Like, what y'all talking about?
No.
What y'all talking
I'll give my arm and my leg for a woman that I love.
Exactly.
But listen, we don't live together.
It shouldn't matter if you live
So
together.
I-
What do living together have to do with it?
What is
I have to provide
Y'all
for you.
different.
What are you
That's the
asking
bottom line.
for?
Y'all cheap and stingy and different.
So
I understand where she's coming from.
I do.
I agree with her.
I'm not
I'm
saying
just
I
Now
saying-
don't.
that she,
They
now
don't
that
live
she breaking
together.
it down,
I'm not saying that I don't
like I
understand.
understand where she coming from. Like,
But we live in a new day
I
and
get.
age
I understand
where.
what you. I don't know why you getting
I
emotional.
But in
also,
today's-
I understand where you're
also
coming from,
live by
too.
the motto that if we ain't married, you single.
But and
I am
also in
single, but
today's metrics of things, the woman you are is not the woman that I deal with now. It's two completely different eras of women.
Oh.
It shouldn't be. The,
But
it
no,
shouldn't be a
you
completely
tell me.
different era of woman. It should be the same era of man.
But listen,
that's the
but
problem.
if we're meeting each other,
That's
people,
the
but
problem.
if we're
It's the
meeting,
man.
but if we're
That's the
meeting,
problem.
but if
That's
we're-
a
That's the problem.
if we're meeting each other 50-50,
That's a bar. Where's
if
Kevin Samuels?
we're meeting each other
That is a
50-50,
bar.
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. If we're meeting each other 50-50, right?
Right.
Let's just say I'm a guy and I deal with a woman, right? And
Uh-huh.
sometimes I can't. I get my shorty's nails done. I get her hair
Yes.
done. All right, cool. That's all
She
great.
shouldn't have to ask, right?
She doesn't have to.
Yeah, she shouldn't
No,
have
but
to.
listen. But does she cook for me? Yes or
Yes.
no? No. Listen. Most women don't.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Does she?
no.
What?
See, you gotta see. You
Yeah.
coming from a different perspective.
I-
So when you talk about
Right.
26,
It's
That's
completely
what I
different.
said. You wouldn't
right?
have
So
to
do you-
ask.
26,
would
30,
you massage
and
your
you
man's
dealing
back?
with-
Absolutely.
Would you massage your man's feet?
Absolutely.
You know how many women don't like feet?
I don't like feet, but I'll do it for
But-
my
but
man
a lot-
because
but
he's
a lot of-
providing
but a
and
lot
I
of
don't have
women
to
But
work.
see, he's
But a
coming
lot
from
of
his
women
age
won't.
bracket's perspective.
But listen, when I was his age, that's what I'm saying. When I was his age, it was, I guess it was a society of hustlers. So
Right.
money was never a thing.
Right.
Oh, you came up in
Even
that
at
80s dope.
yeah, exactly. So even at my age, your age now,
Right.
the men always provided. I never wanted for anything.
Right, and I and you know,
Ever.
in a lot of
Watching
cases,
my
that's
mom,
like
my
that.
aunts, my cousins grow up, my sisters never wanted for anything.
Right, and
Ever.
I completely respect that. But
Yeah, but today's woman.
it's completely
Today's
different.
man, let's say
No,
man, because he's
right.
talking about men.
But
even if I
But
provide
it's,
every
but
man
it's,
is
it's,
a man.
it's both ways.
Ain't,
Nah,
ain't.
It is.
Man.
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's the man.
But I'm gonna tell you why it's both ways.
Y'all soft now.
Hello?
I'm gonna tell you why it's both ways.
You can't talk to her.
Kevin.
She's not
When
gonna
I
listen to you.
like when I
Because y'all
look,
men
Because
are
we're
women.
assholes. And
Very asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm the
They
chief
feel
of the
like they
asshole.
They feel
No.
like they cool.
No, you just
she was in her 90s.
Right.
And I used to always have these conversations with her.
Okay.
And she used to say, it was different when I was coming up. I couldn't work. Your grandfather had no choice but to take care of everything. Today's woman, they want the responsibility of a child. They want the leadership and control of a man, but they still want to be treated like a woman. You
I
can't
don't want
have it.
control.
You can't have it.
They're not talking about you.
I'm not saying you. So
This
you
is what
got
your grandmother's perspective was.
you gotta think, you gotta think broadly. You see what I'm saying? So like when you say, I cook, I clean, I do this, I do that, and then you go
But he's
ask,
saying I should
Hold
do
on,
it
hold on.
anyway.
Hold on.
but then you
Hold on,
go,
hold on,
but when you go ask your nephew,
Hold on.
or if you got a son and they're in their early 20s and they telling you, Mom, Auntie, everything you telling me as a man I should do, and everything you told me that a woman should do, the women aren't doing it. So why? I have to be a man, but they don't have to be women.
We gotta be men before a woman has to do woman things.
At what point
We
that
can't be
woman have to
consistent doing it.
Hold on.
Absolutely. Men.
Hold on. I
He
want.
just
I want.
said it. You
Abdul.
just said it.
Yo, but at what
Listen,
point, when
listen,
does it break though?
Listen. This is.
When
This
you
is.
being a man first?
No, not us getting what we deserve.
No, listen.
So
You
I
gotta
have
get
to
the
be.
woman that knows her
Here.
role.
Hear me. Hear me.
Hologram.
Hear
So
me.
I have to be a man, but she does. That's the point that he's trying to make. I have to be a man, and I'm not saying
I just want to
I
answer
don't
the question.
want to be a man or I shouldn't be a man. But at what point, as a man, do you? Yo, she's not being a woman.
Okay, what does that look like to y'all? Let me just see
Hold on.
that.
Can I ask one question?
What does being a woman look
I
like
want.
to
I
you?
want to ask before you
It might
answer.
vary.
Before you
depending
answer.
on
Right.
the man
I'm
you talking
asking
to.
you personally.
Listen.
what
Here
you-
was the premise of the first conversation. And I'm for the record, I love you, and I wasn't disagreeing with what you're saying. Men should provide for women and make them feel special, all that stuff. I wasn't
I
saying
agree
it was
100%.
what I was saying. I was arguing logic. So what she was saying, we was talking about her friend, right? And they don't live together. And she was saying he could be doing more. And I said, what more do you want? Because y'all don't live together. And she said, no, I wasn't talking about flowers and candy. Yeah, somebody should do that. You shouldn't have to ask for that. What I was talking about, she was saying, yo, he should offer to pay some bills.
He
to pull-
should.
Okay, that's the premise I was
He
arguing.
should. And I'm
Okay,
still
man,
understanding the fact that he should.
Okay, but he don't live there.
It doesn't matter if he lives there or not.
I just wanted a man's perspective. That's all.
I live with my girl, right? We live together. We split 50-50. You know, this is.
I ain't going 50.
Y'all should
Right?
have 50.
No.
Let me get away from you, boy. I'm about to kill you.
In today's society, girl, you go 50-50 with a woman and you broke.
No. Let me hit you with it.
Bro.
It's not
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
No,
we need
fucking
now.
kill it.
If I go
Are
50-50
you
with
saying?
you, a woman will call you broke.
I mean.
No,
Look, that's wrong.
So I don't like that.
I just personally don't like
There's
that.
Because men are providers naturally. Naturally, men are providers. It's natural. So 50-50 is kind of
So
like.
wait, so
So what if we got
So-
so if that man got a good job?
But I can. That's what I'm saying. But some women can. I can work with you. I can work with you.
I ain't broke. No.
All right. So before y'all live together,
No,
did
I'm
you
broke.
pay any of her bills?
Hell no.
You
The
did.
hell?
I can tell because you going 50-50.
Oh, she coming bad
I can
reckless.
tell.
But
Oh,
Like,
so-
who goes 50-50?
so check this out. So check this
It's-
out.
Nah, go ahead,
My,
man.
if I'm dating a girl 2 months, I'm not about to. Why am I paying your rent? Am I gonna pay 50 of
I
your
didn't
rent?
say
of your
too
rent?
long. I feel like, okay, I saw my mom in both roles. As a single woman and as, you know what I mean, a woman in a relationship. But what she did teach me was to
Yo,
be
we going to Vegas, baby.
You hold it down. Yeah. I'll
strong
be over there when
and
you open.
vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, y'all leave us in a position where we have to fend for ourselves. So we have to come across a little stronger than we want to. I don't want to be a strong black woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. I want to be docile. I wear little tutus and foo-foo. You know what I mean? I want to be cutesy. I don't want to be a whole man.
I don't think that we put y'all on.
Yes, y'all do.
Nah.
But I'm not saying it.
At what point do women take responsibility for their own actions?
I do all the time.
I'm not saying
but I
you.
don't know what. I guess I'm not around women who don't.
She won't even be
20,
quiet and let a man
20
speak.
to like
Because y'all
29.
not saying nothing.
20 to
Look,
Y'all not
see?
saying the truth.
the women from
Say something that's manly.
women
Then maybe
from,
I'll listen.
women from 20.
I mean,
So the women of this generation, right? I'm 24, so I'm in the bracket from like 20 to 29. Females want to have all this money, make all this money, not spend it, and then if I ask like a female to like, hey, can you cook like some dinner or something? Like I'll help you out. Do I look like a slave? Do I look like a?
So do you see the dynamic he has to deal with? And the one thing I will say, and I used to always say this to my grandma, and I said to my uncle, like if you look at generation to generation to generation, my grandma would say the women that came after her, they ain't women, they ain't strong like we was. If you look at the generation, then that generation to call my mom's generation, they ain't strong like we was. They ain't women. They ain't this.
Right.
My
they
mom,
get more watered down.
right? My mom look at my
Generation.
sister's generation. Oh man, y'all ain't nothing.
Right.
Right?
I
My
agree.
sister and my brothers look at me and man, your
Y'all
generation,
spoiled
y'all,
brat.
yeah, y'all terrible. And then now
See that?
my generation, as we getting a little older, we looking at the 18 to 25, like man, y'all
They
soft.
weirdos.
Yeah. So like every generation is like your generation
Right.
terrible, your generation.
Right.
But like when I used to get in trouble when I was little, my grandma used to always say to my mom and my dad, before you criticize him, look at who's raising me. He learning this shit from somewhere. I'm not saying it's necessarily
Right.
coming from the house,
Right.
because you go to school, you hang out in the streets with your friends or whatever. But before you criticize, ask yourself, did you do everything you could to make sure that this generation could be all that it can be?
I think what happened is, like, my age bracket and maybe a little older, we had more than our parents did. So we kind of spoiled the next generation.
So do you think
So we
that's what the
didn't-
issue is?
Yeah, because we worked hard. We had morals. We had certain standards. You know what I mean? It was different. We were raised in a different society. We had more than our parents because we had to work hard for it. So we gave y'all whatever y'all wanted. So y'all really didn't have to work
Yeah, I
for
was
much.
spoiled growing up.
Yeah, you didn't have to do nothing. You had every single thing that you wanted, the latest everything. But that was a result of us. So we did do y'all wrong by just giving y'all. We didn't teach y'all anything. We just gave
So how you
y'all.
complain about?
I'm not complaining about y'all. I'm complaining about men.
Yeah, but the man you got is younger than you. He's
It
from that
doesn't matter.
generation.
Mind your business.
And
We
you-
ain't talking about We're not.
You complaining about
We're
you?
not.
I honestly don't think I can even speak on this because I'm Nigerian. I was raised up as a Nigerian. Whatever it says.
I thought Nigerian
as a
man
man,
was
as a man.
The Americanized.
Hey, oh no. Hold on.
I heard of Nigerian, didn't I? He said, oh no.
Americanized people. No, I mean, I guess in a way, but it's not a problem to pay everything
Is
as
your
long
girlfriend
as you
Nigerian?
could. Not just Jamaican.
Oh. Well, she ruling
Where
him.
was you was born
No, I
there?
was born there.
How long you been in America?
15,
How long she been in America?
her whole life.
Do she still hold on to her Jamaican values, like, and you holding on to your Nigerian values?
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's compromise and
Is there a reason why you got a Jamaican woman and not an African American woman?
because I don't deal with African American women.
Now we talking.
I don't like African American women.
Oh,
I'm
but
not
now
trying to
we
say-
talking.
I'm not trying to say
It's
it's a
fine.
problem.
I want to hear all about it.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
I'm not offended by that. To each his own.
Come on.
It's not
To each his
so.
own.
It's not a problem per se. I just don't fancy it. I'm more of an African
him, I
/
fancy
like
it.
Caribbean type man. If you're straight from off the
I
boat,
mean, you like what you
You
got.
like your you like
Like
you like culture.
like-
I just want to hear the
like,
reasons
bro,
why.
Like there's culture in
Are-
America, but
So are you
like,
saying that African American men and women don't have culture?
Yes, that's what he
That-
said.
Because I would,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
because
That's not what I'm
I would like to think
that's not
that
what-
a lot of y'all emulate us.
So the thing is, we've got. So there's a difference. There's since again, slave trade here. You forgot the culture of wherever originally you came from, Us as me as a Nigerian.
We didn't forget. We didn't know.
Oh, well, yeah. 'Cause
But what I'm saying is, like, for like, I'm well traveled, right?
right.
You go to Africa, like, I remember when I was in Egypt studying Islam, right? I'm in the internet cafe. Their language is Arabic. They're Arabs, right? Joker sitting next to me like, grimy, like rapping a whole Noriega and Capone song. Don't know a lick of English. So like, but then they'll come over here, and I'm not just getting on the Egyptian, it could be somebody from Sudan, Somalia, whatever. They look at us like, oh, y'all ain't shit, they told us about
Right,
y'all, but y'all emulate our culture.
Right.
Y'all don't emulate Nigeria. Y'all might hold on to them values in the house, but in public, y'all emulate us.
No,
Okay.
well, it depends. Like if I'm in
Okay, I
Nigeria,
agree with that,
I get what you're saying. I personally, I don't like how my father's generation were raised. Like, oh, you can't do certain things. Like I can't get certain hairstyles because of
Because
the
that's
culture.
your culture.
Because of the culture. Growing up as a Nigerian, I wasn't allowed to hang out with like certain people that aren't beneficial to my life. That my dad saw fit as like
Shit, that's every
as
culture.
hooligans, right? No, but like even if you were good people,
Right.
you know, it's always like Nigerians stick with Nigerians.
Like stick with Nigerians,
Right.
stick with doctors,
That's how-
stick with.
That's how people
That's
survive.
how everybody.
We
Yeah,
the
that's how
same
everybody
way.
is. That's how everybody is. And it's not again. Yes, we do emulate like certain like drill music and stuff like that. Like Africans come up with drill music in a way as well, but like it's difference in culture. I'm not saying that African American women don't have culture. Yeah, they do. That's a big thing.
No,
That's
I want to know
totally
why you
different.
don't want them.
Because he like what he like.
No, that's fine. I
Because
want to know why you don't
They
want
want
them.
So check this out.
They get them.
So,
No, no.
so my mom and dad stay married. They're still married to this day. They Nigerians, both full-fledged, straight off the boat. English, poor, not really, but So I
So like the things of the book.
off the plane with sandals on. Hey, trust me, I was there too. It was 25 degrees outside. I'm over here in shorts and a sandal. Talking about something. It's cold out here.
But no, but my point is, you said you specifically don't like African American.
I don't.
Hold on, let me answer.
Go ahead.
You like white women?
No.
You like, so you just like Caribbean women?
So I'm more
Like
of
Spanish
a,
women?
Of a
You like Spanish women, though?
yeah.
All right, they
A little
white.
bit.
They white Caribbean. So would you marry a Spanish woman?
No.
White.
No, only
So I
only
would,
a black
I would
Caribbean.
date, but I would not. I want to marry. I marry
You want
my culture.
You want to marry
or-
your culture, and
or-
as you should.
I
I'm asking
respect
you.
it,
of my-
yeah,
Hold
I
on,
respect
but you would date. So you would hit a Puerto Rican girl, right?
I dated one before. She's crazy.
Okay, all right, but you would marry her. All right, so the question is, all right, so did you date an African American woman?
I've dated. No,
You've never even dated an African American.
no, I've dated. Wow, I'm about to say I'm I've dated
That was Jamaican. That's
Trinidadian and Jamaican and Nigerian.
So you
And Puerto
wouldn't.
Rican,
So
but
would,
that's it.
all right. So the question is, would you
Okay,
date?
now I'm interested.
Would you date an African American woman? Just yes or no.
Yeah.
He said no.
Somewhat.
No. So
He's
would
never-
you date one? Just yes or
I
no.
want to get the
Said somewhat.
somewhere. He could do it to her.
No.
He wouldn't date her.
All right. So hold on. So the answer is no to African Americans.
Right.
Okay, but you would date a Spanish woman, Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever, Venezuelan.
Yeah.
All right. So you wouldn't even have intercourse with
He would.
a black woman.
That's a
He
different. You
would.
said,
That's dating.
you
That's
said
dating.
no. You said date. There's a no.
What else is
Intercourse.
dating?
He
You have
means that-
intercourse.
look,
he
you're
means
either
dating.
married or you're not. So if you're not, that means you dating. You're
It's just
dating to get
casual
what?
sex.
No, because
He's
I don't
saying
want to. I
casual
don't want
sex.
to sex. Like I can't be the person that just. I don't just do sex.
I didn't ask you
What's
that.
your
You said you wouldn't
impression
date one.
of an African American that makes you stay away from her? What's your
Crazy.
impression?
I was going on this.
I know, but you're taking too long. I gotta get out of here.
I'm trying to think.
I don't discriminate against it. I just I don't.
It-
I prefer. Because I'm not about to sit here. Because I'm not about to sit here and I was raised as a Nigerian. I don't want to.
No, the question I'm asking is, right? You said you wouldn't date a black African American woman, but you would date a Puerto Rican woman.
They ratchet. He just
Is that say it? I just want you to
He
have a
just
pause.
don't
You
want
can
to
say
say
it.
I don't want
You
to.
can say
In a
it.
way, yeah. Somebody.
It's too ratchet. So Spanish women ain't. They
disclaimer. That wasn't
I
about
bet
me.
you
I
his
just
girlfriend's
said
ratchet too, though.
They,
But because she's Jamaican,
there's a
she's not.
difference in crazy with ratchet.
No, I ain't saying it was crazy. I said you.
No, he said
you're-
Puerto Rican. He said. So I'm
No, but I was talking about African American women. I said you won't date one because you think they
I
ratchet.
just think a little bit.
Yes.
More than I can handle. I don't want to.
Why is your
So why you
perception
generalizing
of them
women?
ratchet?
That's yes. Thank
Say
you,
again? What's the
CJ.
question?
Why is your perception of them ratchet?
You see Instagram?
No, I.
But
see,
that's not everybody.
But why
It's
generalizing?
environmental.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
also
everybody.
Environmental. You talking about some fish? What you talking about?
What you mean is environment?
Yeah.
Like I grew up.
So just want some
in-
fish.
Where I lived, it was mainly
Where you live?
like Lakewood.
Or even a hug.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
I saw that.
So you didn't have Puerto Rican chicks in your hood?
Not
Oh, so you don't have that opinion
the one
about
thing-
Puerto Rican women?
But the one thing I will say about this comment about our women being ratchet, right?
They not.
I had this conversation with
Some are.
a Pakistani guy,
I prefer to go to.
but it was more so on the criminal side, like how we are portrayed. And he used to always tell me, said, we do the same thing y'all do.
You know?
Right.
Ours just don't get shown in the light like y'all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with that, African American woman are ratchet, so a Nigerian woman.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
so the
Puerto
Jamaican
Rican-
women.
I'm just gonna call what it is.
So
Absolutely.
to say that I'm not going to date an African American
Come
woman
down
because they
to
ratchet.
my close to my ear.
So
Not
a Jamaican
out
woman,
over.
but you'll date a Jamaican.
I'm not saying.
And I'm not
far
saying
down,
that any
over.
group of these women are
Far
ratchet, but if
down.
that's one's perception, you can say that about every group of women.
That's the thing.
Here's the reality.
I
Don't,
Right, but I would have respected his opinion more if he said all women are ratchet, but this is the group of ratchetness that I prefer. Not African American women are ratchet.
Nobody
All
respects
women-
black people.
Exactly. And I agree with that.
People don't
CJ.
respect blacks.
They
That's it.
already
And
have a preconceived notion of who they
People
think
don't.
we
I'd
are.
rather just.
And
You
we're
don't.
not. We're so much more diverse.
I want you to speak my language to my woman. Like,
And I respect what the Pakistani brother said. He said, yo, like every group of people do exactly what y'all do.
Right.
Look,
Every other group of people stuff just not pushed to the
here's
right
the
like
thing.
y'all.
There's nothing wrong with a person saying, I want to marry my own.
So you speak like what
Right.
language y'all speak?
Yoruba.
Right.
You speak what?
Yoruba. So
Yeah, I speak Yoruba too.
Oga, so kí ló ṣe?
No.
The setup. Oga, báwo ni?
No, but look, it's nothing wrong with somebody saying, yo, I want to marry my own kind. There's nothing wrong with it.
Because
Look, hear me out. What I was asking you specifically said, I will not marry a black woman. You didn't, and then when I said, would you date one? You said no, but I would date a Puerto Rican woman or a Spanish woman. And that's what I wanted to know. What's the difference? Why you don't like black women? And it's okay if you don't like them. I just want to know why. That's all. Because I ain't going to let you off the hook for that. I'm not saying you wrong. I just want to know the reason. Because when I said, would you marry a black girl? You said no. I want to marry my own kind. Cool. Would you marry a Spanish woman? You said no. I said, would you date one? Yeah, I did. I said, you ever date a black woman? You said no. So I'm like, all right, so why would you date one and not the other? You don't want nothing to do with black women, right?
that's not what I'm saying.
All right, so do you want anything to do with black women?
If one approaches me, it depends.
Oh, she got approached you?
It depends. Hold on, it depends, man. Because when I look for a female, right? When
I'm under the fire.
I know y'all killing me out here.
I ain't care. You got this one
All
though.
right, so when I date, I look for certain qualities, right? Everybody's got qualities that are attractive to me.
Okay.
Okay. If you meet those criteria, it's not a problem.
Black women can't meet that criteria.
I never said that.
You said no black women.
I never said that.
You did say that.
You
I said,
never
would
came
you,
across.
I said, would you? Now he didn't say that. I said, would you date a black woman? You said no.
Well, because it's like I just prefer Caribbean, Nigerian, Ethiopian.
Okay.
Like somebody just straight. If your parents are,
That's
if
not
your,
what I
if your
asked
parents
you.
got the culture
Are
of
Puerto
a
Rican
different.
are Spanish women black Caribbeans? Yes or no?
Yeah.
They're not black Caribbeans. No.
No.
Like, I mean, they Caribbean, yeah, but are they black Caribbean? No. So is your preference just they gotta be Caribbean?
You just gotta have different, just not culture from like you know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
Any woman that has a culture other than American culture,
Non-American.
although all those other cultures appropriate Black American culture,
Listen to you.
which don't make
Listen to
sense.
him.
Exactly. That's where I was
It don't
going.
make sense.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
But there's like
Let me ask you a question.
There's a
Who's your
standard
favorite
that
rap
you grew up
artist?
with.
I guarantee you it's not a Nigerian artist.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say
You sure?
he
I'm positive.
say it.
I'm positive.
Falls, Davido? Huh?
Nigga, stop lying.
I'm
Stop
24.
lying. That's your
Not
favorite
your
rapper.
favorite.
Your absolute favorite.
If you go in your car right now, put your playlist on shuffle, I guarantee you more American rap artists will come on your playlist than Nigerian rap artists.
He said folks
I got a
home.
whole Nigerian playlist right here that I bump every time I drive. And you can check it. I mean, this guy.
All right, so why don't get you a Nigerian barber?
Oh my
Nigerian
God.
what?
CJ.
Nigerian barber.
Nigerian.
Right.
You trying to cut my money?
I'm messing with you, bro.
But yeah, I just preferably, again, growing up the way I did, my parents were always like, they were like, oh, Nigerian or nothing, Nigerian or nothing, Nigerian or nothing.
No, I get what
And
you're
then-
saying,
and then
but,
after-
There's nothing wrong with that either.
but my only issue, not with you personally, just with men in general and even women. I don't like African American men or women, or I don't like blacks from America.
Yeah.
But when you look at blacks from other areas and even non-blacks from other areas who quote unquote have their own cultural values, they appropriate American culture.
Meaning you listen to our music, you dress like us,
So
you
it's
talk
like,
like us.
how don't you not like us, but you basically imitate?
They don't respect us.
Well, we know that.
That's the problem, though. So you're not going to
Yeah, so-
settle down and marry somebody that
So-
you don't respect.
So what I learned,
Like I give you a
what
prime
I seen-
example. The actor boy that named his liquor got a Jamaican name on
Oh,
Caribbean
God.
name. So you
what's
see,
his name?
they told him a new one.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if the name might
Michael
be.
B. Jordan.
Yeah, the name might be
Oh, slave.
It has something to do with slavery.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
And
I respect them for coming. Yo, don't name it that, whatever. But somebody can come and. Like I'll give you a prime example. We can't talk about slavery, but the Jews can talk about the Holocaust.
Right.
And slavery happened right here, and the Holocaust happened somewhere else.
And they got reparations for it. From here. The Jews.
So it's like, if we do
You
something,
ain't
to
get no
somebody,
reparations. You ain't black.
if we do something, to
Hey, my name would have been green.
No, you're not would have been. It's not. It ain't green, and you don't want no green women. No, you good. You ain't getting nothing.
so like if we do something to somebody else's culture, they'll come to, oh, you can't do that.
Exactly.
But y'all can do stuff in our culture, and it's fun.
All the time.
Even like with reparations, do you think your parents and you should get reparations?
Yes, he just said it.
last name Green.
I mean, I don't, man, look.
No, I'm
No,
asking
you're
an
not
honest
black.
question.
You're not black though.
But your ancestors,
No, you're not black. Meaning African American. You're not.
but your ancestors wasn't no American soil. Like you don't come from the slave trade like we did.